I like that. And I'm also interested in knowing, like, have you ever been in a situation or in situations where you've been given jobs to do that don't necessarily align with your faith?
This question is a very important question because it's really something that comes up often. And it's also a huge debate, I think, in the Christian society. There are a lot of conflicting opinions people have on it. Personally, speaking for myself, yes, I have been in that position. So what I do for a living, I'm a radio and television presenter. I MC events, I host events, and I'm also a voiceover artist. And the nature of my work, basically, God has gifted me with a face and a voice for His glory. And the nature of my work involves these very things as well as my intellect. So, for example, my voice, being a voiceover artist, voicing for a brand, advertising their product with my voice, is pretty much me endorsing that product, that brand, and what they do, the services or products that they offer. It's not just, I'm basically endorsing whatever it is that they stand for. And I have had jobs whereby voiceovers, for example, where, okay, so it's an alcoholic brand, which I don't do alcohol. And again, my opinion, for me, it's not one of my principles. And so I feel conflicted. Like, why would I endorse or encourage people with my beautiful voice God has blessed me, encourage them to go and purchase this thing that I don't, consider a principle of mine or a value, So, I've come to a place now where I can boldly turn down certain jobs along those lines. Now, I wasn't always there. I had a boss who, for some reason, it was just a bit harder to say no to when it came to these things, just because I felt like, let's not be like most righteous, holier than thou, basically going back to your previous question. So it was a bit harder to say no because just, let's not be like my own is too much. But I've grown in my faith, I've grown in my craft, and there are jobs now that would come where I would politely turn down and say, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't do this. There's someone in my office who, we have a good relationship, good friendship, and, he will bring these jobs for, and it's like ads for like really notable, okay, for lack of a better way to speak. So basically, I wanted to do an ad for just a one-liner for an alcoholic brand for, I think it was the Women's World Cup. That's really huge, right? Doing something for the Women's World Cup. But I had to look beyond that and be like, And, I had told him, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't do this. And he knows why. And then I remember another time trying to say, oh, and then I had to stand my ground. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I want to do this, And it makes it easier because the more I do that, the more people begin to know who I am, know what I stand for. And then it also helps me. I always tell people this when I have the opportunity to. It always helps filter the things that even come to me in the first place. So certain things don't even get to me.